Hello and welcome to all you Sagittarians. This is your monthly horoscope for April of 2022. It's quite a significant month for you Sagittarians, especially less important. The eclipse is less important for you, but the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction is very important. To talk about that in a minute. But let's start with the eclipse to get it out of the way, right? It's a bit more boring for you. You know why? Because this is happening in your 6th house. And it's a good house, you know, like every other house, but it's the house of your work, your day-to-day routines, your health, you know, doing the things in life to keep you healthy as well, you know, having 3 meals a day, brushing your teeth and all that sort of stuff. There is some sort of a new beginning there because the eclipse, although it happens on the 30th of the month, so the last day of April, but you feel it the whole month, it is planting a new seed. This happens at 10 degrees of Taurus, so the sun and the moon together. It's a partial solar eclipse, so the sun and the moon together and the north node, although it is a bit further away from it. But definitely what's close is Uranus. So it belongs to the Saros cycle 6 north, which is all about responsibility. It's ownership. So we are all invited to take ownership when it comes to our health, in your case, when it comes to your work, your day-to-day routines. And so to do something also innovative because it's conjoining with Uranus. So that has to do with a sudden change, with a sudden improve to make your life easier in the long run. But that has to do with a different, in your case, a different routine or a different plan that you have to improve your health or even a different job. So for some of you, this could be because the North Node is always pointing you towards your future. It's always pointing and giving you the opportunity for a new start, planting a new seed. So you've got the whole year to implement it and to let it grow. But it's really the planting of this new seed for a lot of you. It's a different way of working. And a different way of how you see your health or taking care of your health as well. So that's the part of the eclipse. But the more important thing is definitely your ruler, Jupiter, conjoining with Neptune. Now, as much as I like this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction that is so rare in Pisces and blah, 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 I want to give a little bit of a warning here, especially because you are a mutable sign. So all the mutable signs, yes, it is a beautiful energy, but it's with a pitfall for the Sagittarians, the Virgos, and for the Geminis. So for you, there's definitely a pitfall. And what is the pitfall? It's when you are grandiose, right? When you are only seeing what you want to see. When you were a bit blindfolded, so to speak. When you are too much seeing la vie en rose. La vie en rose. But of course, now that you are forewarned, you're forearmed. But that doesn't take away that energy. So it's a neutral energy. Everything is neutral. But when we see in our chart the aspects, we kind of see how we are going to either see it as a simple energy or more of a bit of a stressful energy. If you have planets around and about 23 degrees of Sagittarius, it's going to be tension for you. And between you and between the core of your horoscope, because this is happening in your 4th house. So, at 23 degrees of Jupiter-Neptune conjunction around about the 12th of April, but you feel it already now when you're watching in March, it's the approaching. It's actually you who's going to melt with Neptune, right? Because you are Jupiter and you're going to be in the 4th house. So this has to do with 4th house stuff, which is your roots, which is finding out about your roots, digging deep with the roots, your home life, your parents, your ancestors, your literally your home, all those topics. As you are approaching Neptune, a conjunction means a melting of those two energies. And Neptune has to do with no boundaries at all. It has to do with, come on, dissolve. And on a very positive level, so if you know what you're doing, this can be your home life, but also it's also your emotional well-being improves. and you are more content with the place where you live, where you also you are more content on being content with yourself on an emotional level. That's more the not so tangible side of the fourth house. It's the hidden treasure, so to speak, the fourth house, because it has to do with your nurturing side of your psyche. Now, the thing is, this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, it can be very la-la land. So, in other words, if you want to take action towards buying a home, selling a home, going back to home country, or living in a different place, you know, going, yes, you can all plan that out, and you can have amazing going forwards feelings, like it's on an accelerating pace there, yes, but keep the feet on the ground. That's the only warning. Keep the feet on the ground, be very rational. Because you're going, and especially if you've got planets. So for people who've got like a Sagittarius rising at 2 degrees, for instance, it's not so significant. For those of you who are going to have planets around 23 degrees, you are warned to stay with the feet on the ground. Yes, you may dream big, you may have intentions, but if it's all gonna seem a bit too good to be true, it is too good to be true when you've got those 23 degrees. I can't warn you enough, because Jupiter-Neptune is so beautiful, and I don't want to spoil it, but it also has a very strong, for the mutable side, a very strong downside, and I don't want you to fall for that, period. I want you to be, you know, aware, because awareness is 50% of the whole growth process, so to speak. But definitely, yes, if there is a chance of you selling the house now, and yes, keep it cool. You know, first the signing of the contract. You know what I mean? You keeping the feet on the ground. Yes, it's fantastic, and yes, have a glass of champagne when something like that happens. But just, you know, you could say 1 glass or 2, not 3 bottles. That's basically the energy that I'm describing here, because you Jupiter melting with Neptune. It makes Sagittarians and Pisceans as well be a little bit more in the mist, right? A bit not knowing where they're heading, a bit not real. So don't go too much for the fantasy. Don't go too much for, because reality is what we are here for. We are here in the 3D world, and as much as it is fun in the 5D world or whatever it is, we are here with a body, and we need to have food and all of that. Anyway, I'm going on and on, don't I? Have fun. Have fun. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy definitely the magic that you're going to feel. And you're going to feel like, particularly around that day, you're going to feel like you're one with everything. And that's a beautiful thing as well. That's magical. But know that you're doing it. Right? And I would say enjoy it. Thank you so much. Welcome the magic in your life. Absolutely. But with the feet on the ground. And I don't know why I'm taking this accent here. It's a good time, by the way, to talking about accent and ancestors, to dig a little bit deeper in your ancestry as well, to know there could be some illusions there, or on the other hand, a bit of magic as well. Anyway, I'm digressing. Anyway, having said that, I wish you a very interesting month, to say the least, and see you next time. Bye-bye.